My final piece is a representation of my own understanding of a heterotopia, otherwise a space of otherness. I wanted to create a space that physically augments a sense of the surrounding to infer surreal reality, as imagination augments the values of reality. To suggest an augmented reality, the digital projections that are cast within the space take what is familiar to us and abstract it in uncanny ways, inspired by the artist Tony Usler. The space is supposed to emulate the physical and mental dimensions that is carried through being an individual and having our own perceptions, and the beautiful but also anxious and thought-provoking nature of how we all see the world differently. I think this aspect of life is incredibly important and what makes life enriching but also a little bit terrifying. I have been greatly inspired by Bachelard's Poetics of Space, which explores how spaces are used to transform our consciousness as we generate meaning simply from our own perceptions of the images we receive. Particularly, he believed the individual experience of reality is represented by the phenomenological object of the home, and this notion can be symbolized by the heart in the wardrobe. The heart represents our vulnerability and the fragility of our perceptions, thoughts, and feelings. My imagery and projections have certain ephemeral textures and transient qualities made to imitate the fragility of our being and the precariousness of our conscious state. I was inspired by hyperrealism and painters such as Alyssa Monk for my digital pieces, as the viscous, gelatinous imagery reflects upon human fragility. The continuum of the video projection, time-lapsing from day to night at distorted speeds, is to represent a way in which we all sometimes feel stuck or trapped in the monotonous aspect of everyday life. This was particularly inspired by the architectural structure, the panopticon. The feeling of being trapped or caged in others' perceptions due to societal expectations and stereotypes by existing in others' minds is also represented by the skirt. The design of the bone skirt with nude colored fabric is inspired by old-fashioned hooped skirt undergarments that were physically restrictive to women particularly, as it prevented them from breathing and could cause physical harm. The hooped skirt with its cylindrical barred form symbolizes a similar state of being trapped in the consciousness of our being and the feelings of anxiety and isolation. The missing presence of a body within the skirt is the lack of acceptance that comes from being seen but not known. When we pass by a person on the street, we are quick to come to judgments based on their clothes, hair, belongings due to our preconceived stereotypes, but find it overwhelming to comprehend that a living human body with a mind and life is breathing under the clothed exterior. We are all figures moving within these busy environments, being perceived but also equally overlooked, and how we understand every passing moment of moving around in different spaces day to day is a heterotopia itself, as it is a mental space that has been created within our minds. For the final exhibition, as can be seen in this video, my art has been installed in a gallery space on a large scale in order for my audience to be able to engage and interact with the piece and feel surrounded by the space and immersed in the heterotopia. In reflection, I have learnt a lot about how controlling certain aspects of the space, including lighting, scale, and sound, have impacted the effectiveness of my piece being reflective of an outer dimension. This has helped further my understanding of how installation of work is itself a form of creating a work.